Take a look at what happened.
Tonight, word that a local sniper likely saved lives at former President Trump's Butler rally last month when his single shot, fired from a football field away, hit the attempted assassin's gun.
First reported that this local sniper fired a shot at Thomas Crooks before a Secret Service sniper fired the kill shot.
But in the United States of America, you do not get to attempt to assassinate our elected officials and our candidates. It's unacceptable.
First of all, where does the buck stop? Who's ultimately responsible for what happened here?
What's impressive to me is the proximity of everything here, particularly the position of the shooter and the position of the president.
Oh, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
The USA was thrown into chaos as Trump narrowly escaped an assassination attempt at a Pennsylvania rally, sparking a heated debate over security failures and explosive revelations from body camera footage.
We're seeing a video for the first time, body cam footage in the immediate aftermath of the July 13th assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. It has been released by Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley, who obtained the video from Beaver County Emergency Services with a congressional request. Grassley released the video on social media on X with the following caption: "Sensitive content. July 13th body cam footage provides more information than Secret Service will share with America."
Trump's election campaign passed through one of the most turbulent moments as a bullet pierced through his ear at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on 14th on July 2024.
Move his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move. Move. Go.
Hawkeye's here.
Hawkeye's here. Move it to the stand.
Spare, get ready. Spare, get ready.
We ready? Come on.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay, my shoes down. My shoes.
Watch out.
He was escorted to the vehicle and then rushed to the hospital.
They're bringing Trump here. They're bringing Trump. You dirty mother. There goes Trump. There goes Trump.
There was a heated exchange between the Secret Service agent and the Trump aide, as Sen Hawley revealed the catastrophic security failure since the 1981 assassination attempt of Ronald Reagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Rowe, thank you for being here. I agree with what you said at the outset, that the individual Secret Service agents demonstrated remarkable personal courage, putting their bodies in between the line of sight of the shooter and the president. That being said, the bravery of the line agents is quite different from the decisions of Secret Service leadership. Secret Service leadership committed catastrophic security failures, indeed the worst security failures for the Secret Service since 1981, since the attempted assassination of President Ronald Reagan. Why those security failures happened? Just after the shooting, Secret Service put out an official statement from your spokesperson that says there's an untrue assertion that a member of the former president's team requested additional security resources and that those were rebuffed. This is absolutely false. In fact, we added protective resources and technology and capabilities as part of the increased campaign travel tempo. Was this tweet accurate?
Ronald Rowe Jr. replied that the resources were available and the security requirement was approved.
With respect to Butler, Pennsylvania, it is accurate, sir.
It is accurate that the Trump team had not asked for additional security and had not been rebuffed.
If you're talking about Butler, Pennsylvania, all assets requested were approved. If you're talking about the media reporting of assets requested, there were times when assets were unavailable and not able to be filled, and those gaps were staffed with state and local law enforcement tactical assets.
So I'm reading from the Washington Post, July 20th, 2024. Secret Service said to have denied requests for more security at Trump events. The opening paragraph, top officials of the U.S. Secret Service repeatedly denied requests for additional resources and personnel sought by Donald Trump's security detail in the 2 years leading up to his attempted assassination, according to 4 people familiar with the requests. Is that right, that repeatedly the Trump detail asked for more resources and repeatedly Secret Service leadership turned that down?
Hawley has highlighted the lack of additional security approval from the Secret Service Committee, as is evident from the Washington Post's opening paragraph, which denies additional security resources.
That is not accurate, Senator. Assets are requested. There's a process that is made. And
how many requests did the Trump team or the Trump detail ask for?
I can get you that number in a queue.
You don't know now.
So I can speak to the ones that were reported in the Washington Post, and we can go through them if you like.
But you don't know how many requests there were.
In general, how many requests since 2021 that the former Trump detail has made a request for assets?
You've had 2 weeks. You had a spokesperson put something out that is false on its face. By the way, did you approve this statement when it went out?
I don't know if I did or didn't, Senator.
Has this spokesperson, is he still employed? Does he still have a job?
He is still employed, Senator.
So he lied on behalf of the Secret Service. He still has a job. Did your predecessor, the former director, does she approve this statement?
Senator, our comms team, they send out statements. They do deconflict them and they put them out.
Did she approve this statement?
I don't know if she did or did not, Senator.
And you don't know if you did either?
I don't recall approving it, Senator.
Will you commit to provide this committee in writing every written request for additional resources from the Trump campaign or the Trump detail and every response from Secret Service?
Senator, I will commit to providing responses and getting you the information that you are seeking.
Sen Hawley pointed out that denying additional security resources was a political decision. Ronald Rowe denies the allegation. He further inquired if there is one decision maker or more than one. The question was logically handled.
Is there a decision maker?
It's not a bureaucracy, Senator.
Give me the person that's the decision maker. Is there one?
Senator, it's a conversation. It's not just an absolute yay or nay.
So let me tell you what I believe. I believe that the Secret Service leadership made a political decision to deny these requests. And I think the Biden administration has been suffused with partisan politics. Did the same person who denied the request for additional security to President Trump also repeatedly deny the request for security to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose father was murdered by an assassin and whose uncle was murdered by an assassin? Did the same person make that decision?
Senator, what I will tell you is that Secret Service agents are not political.
Okay, you're not answering my question. But you know what? Leadership appointed by the president, by the president is political. I have a simple question, yes or no. Did the same person deny the Trump request that also denied the RFK request? That's a yes or no question.
Senator, that is not a yes or no question. One, there is a process for a candidate nominee to receive protection.
Does the buck stop anywhere? Does the buck stop anywhere?
Bipartisan process that the Hill participates
in. It's a bicameral, bipartisan process. What camera?
For a candidate,
you are not a Congress. You don't have a camera.
Mr. Kennedy submitted a request that was referred over to the CPAC.
Ronald Howe confirmed that the protection provided to the First Lady and the working president was similar to that of Donald Trump. Sen Hawley argued that there was a historic security lapse, and Ronald Howe denied the allegation.
Trump had the same number of agents protecting him that Joe Biden has at a comparable event.
I'm telling you the shift, the close protection shift surrounding.
That's a yes
what
or
you
no.
asked me, Senator, and I'm trying to answer it.
You are not answering it. Is it the same number of agents or not?
Senator, there is a difference between the sitting president of the United States.
Then what's the difference?
The difference?
2X, 3X, 5X,
National
10X?
Command Authority to launch a nuclear strike. Sir, there are other assets
how many more
travel
agents?
with the president that the former president will
you are
not
refusing
get.
To
but
answer
the number
straight.
of Secret Service agents protecting him.
Stop interrupting me.
Go ahead,
you
Senator.
You are refusing to answer clear and direct questions. I am asking the relative difference in the number of agents between those assigned to Donald Trump and those assigned to Joe Biden. I'm not asking why you assign more to Joe Biden. I'm asking, is the difference, is it 2X? Is it 3X? Is it 5X? Is it 10X?
Senator, I will get you that number so you can see it with your own eyes.
Rep. Spartz highlighted the possession of rifles by millions of Americans is not feasible. She also pointed out the catastrophic security failure with a similar statement from former Director Cheel regarding the significant operational failure.
Do you think we should be taking them, millions of rifles from law-abiding Americans? What do you think about that? Would that be something feasible and really we should be doing that?
Well, again, I'm not going to be addressing anybody's specific legislative proposal. From our perspective, from the FBI's perspective, the concern is any dangerous weapon in the wrong hands.
But all weapons
in the
are
hands
dangerous.
of the wrong person.
But all weapons are dangerous, right?
I'm sorry?
All weapons are dangerous. Knives are dangerous,
Sure.
explosive are dangerous. There are a lot of
weapons are by their very
but are we going to be
definition
confiscating, hunting rifles and rifles for millions of Americans? Do you think it's even feasible to do something like that from law-abiding citizens?
It's not something I'm advocating.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So we have to go back. That was a catastrophic failure of security. That what's happened, recently with attempted assassination. Don't you agree with that?
Well, I think former Director Cheel has already publicly acknowledged that it was, I think her words were, a significant operational failure.
Then we had, similar situation, a different, talking about bad optics. Speaker Pelosi at that time didn't want to have bad optics on January 6th, and we didn't have proper security here on January 6th. That was a catastrophic failure, too.
The FBI chief denied disclosing the number of secret human resources and also disagreed with Spartz about the shooting incident as any part of the FBI operation. He denies any form of political interference as the shooter was neutralized on the spot.
Are you willing to stand the record that you had no confidential human sources that went into Capitol on January 6th?
As I've said consistently, I'm not going to get into where we have or have not used confidential human sources. I can tell you that if you are asking if the violence at the Capitol on January 6th was part of some operation orchestrated by FBI sources or agents, the answer is no.
No, I didn't ask you that. I asked you, so did you investigate any confidential human sources? Did you do any investigation and looking at that? So you're not answering if you had any or not. So if you had potentially, did you do anything you needed to make sure to investigate that none of your sources did anything wrong? If they did wrong, they were prosecuted the same way, like you're trying to prosecute a lot of people that really, even in Supreme Court ruled recently that some unconstitutional charges.
The body camera obtained by Chuck Grassley reveals the FBI agent confirming the shooter's identity from local authorities. The Secret Service member is found talking with local authorities as the video highlights the security failure under the Secret Service.
So this is the guy that
yes, that they sent yes, Beaver County sniper scene and sent the pictures out. This is him.
Okay, all right.
Right, we're right there, obviously.
Got it. So the bike in the back, is he on that bike?
We don't know.
We don't know. So
I
we're
don't
just
know.
treating that as suspicious device.
Correct. 1 second. I believe the sniper that seen these and sent the pictures is right inside this building. Michelle, is Greg in there? All right, so if you go to that window that's open and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book back down and then lost sight of him.
Okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah. He's got his glasses on and he's...
So we had the picture of that.
I got that.
Okay, and then this is his bike with the stuff. And our sniper seen him walking away from that, I believe.
Okay.
But he would be right inside that window. He's the one that physically seen this, sent the pictures, and called it out.
Okay, so, and we have somebody detained, correct?
There were
that I don't know.
people detained on this side.
Right. Our guy that was just up here told me that there's a guy detained who's the owner of the bike. And I said, no, that's the owner of the bike.
Yeah, basically, when I got
we've been up here, so we wouldn't know that information.
We just hauled ass. We got over here.
Right, got it.
We hopped up over
it. Yeah, that's no problem. Is that all your stuff?
That was one of our
Yeah, so someone came up looking to treat him and that was
Yes.
Okay.
Copy. Gas is off to the building, just so you know.
Thank you.
PSP had some...
Yeah, they do. I talked to the guy. Those people detained were filming.
Water was notified. They authorized.
Maybe they were involved. Maybe they weren't.
Will start somebody.
Other than that, I haven't heard anybody.
Well, I think it's. The guys that saw them filming were like, oh, they were filming us, and then filming the guy up on the roof, and then filming us, and then when the shots started firing, they tried to run away. It was like, isn't that what everybody would do that has a phone? I'm not saying they weren't involved. but you know what I mean? Like that.
It's up in the air right now, right?
Right. So I got no problem detaining them. But again, I'm just trying to detain those guys, find out what they know, who they are, whatever. I'm trying to get clear information to relay back to DC.
Bring control for the water tower.
We have one shooter deceased. I think we have 3 victims in the crowd. Did you guys hear that too?
That I'm not sure.
So I heard 1 deceased, 2 life-flighted.
I know 2 helicopters did take off.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know how many victims.
3 are deceased.
Delta 1 command. We have access to a drone. Clear this water tower.
Any LE?
No. No, that's incorrect.
I will try to confirm.
One service actually that was the one that was
In the van. Did he survive? Copy.
All right, you can see some of those tense moments immediately in the aftermath in Butler, Pennsylvania. This is the post from Chuck Grassley, the senator from Iowa, saying, my office has obtained documents from law enforcement on July the 13th, the assassination attempt of President Trump, writing the Secret Service Acting Director Rowe and also the Secretary Mayorkas, again, to get badly needed answers and clarity on a very scary situation. They did not know exactly what had happened, but the one shooter was neutralized. The former President Donald Trump was the target of an assassination attempt, and the FBI early after that identified the shooter as Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20, of Bethel-Page, Pennsylvania.
The Secret Service director accepts the system's failure, sending a direct apology to ex-President Trump as she responded to Bieber's question.
You said you spoke with President Trump after the assassination attempt, and I want to know, did you apologize to him directly for nearly having President Trump killed?
Yes, I did.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that you recognize that this was your failure.
She also mentioned that the denial of additional security resources does not indicate throwing a person into a more vulnerable position.
Now, since the assassination attempt, you are under oath, reminding you, have you communicated with anyone at the White House on an encrypted messaging app like Signal? Yes or no?
No, I have not.
Are you willing to surrender your personal phone for analysis?
If I am required to do so.
Okay. I will look into making that request because I would like to see your personal phone to see if you're communicating over encrypted messaging apps. Have you ever turned down enhanced security requests from Donald Trump's detail, his special agent in charge, Sean Curran? Have you ever turned that down?
No, I have not.
Have there been, has your team, has the Secret Service? Maybe not you personally.
I believe, as I mentioned earlier, there are times when requests are made for
and you
assets,
have denied them. They have been denied.
And a denial doesn't
Has the Trump
necessarily
campaign made requests for additional assets that have been denied?
Denial doesn't mean vulnerability.
She is found to have accepted the denial of additional resources and security failure. She also wants to check her phone for the encrypted message she sent on Signal. Thank you for watching the video and subscribing to our channel for similar historic videos.